cops are here. They just rolled in.
Hey boys.
I believe in unity.
I believe in unity.
And I also believe it's important.
And I also believe it's important
to remember corporations are not people.
Corporations are not people.
Unity has to be about people.
Unity has to be about people.
And not about the corporations that have taken over the lives of people.
And not about corporations that have taken over the lives of people.
Woo! I heard a news story last week.
I heard a news story last week.
That reminded me again. That Vermont is not a bubble.
That Vermont is not a bubble.
We are not safe here.
We are not safe here.
From corporate crime and corruption.
From corporate crime and corruption.
The story told about Entergy.
The story told about Entergy.
And their latest move.
And their latest move.
In the court process.
In the court process.
To ask that they not be held responsible.
To ask that they not be held responsible.
For public safety.
For public safety.
In the suit about whether they get to continue.
In the suit about whether they get to continue.
Not held responsible for public safety.
Not held responsible for public safety.
Around the most dangerous. Chemical processes known to humankind.
Chemical processes known to humankind.
That's outrageous!
That's outrageous!
It is just one example.
It is just one example
of the way that people become involved in criminal processes. In the name of corporations.
In the name of corporations.
We must end the corporatocracy.
We must end the corporatocracy.
We must return to a democracy.
We must return to a democracy.
We have to become a country.
We have to become a country
that is run by the people.
That is run by the people.
Not the corporation.
Not the corporations.
Thank you.
10 years ago,
My
dad built a house.
dad built a house.
With his bare hands.
With his bare hands.
That house. Stolen from us.
Was stolen from us.
By corporate greed.
By corporate greed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We want to greet
We want to greet
all of our uniformed and ununiformed police.
all of our uniformed and ununiformed police.
We thank you
We thank you
for your proper behavior
for your proper behavior
to the citizens of this country here.
citizens of this country here.
But we want to tell you something.
But we want to tell you something.
If the banksters have their way,
If the banksters have their way,
your pensions,
your pension,
your security,
your security,
your children's future
your children's future
will be at risk.
will be at risk.
And the republic
And the republic
that you swore an oath to
that you swore an oath to
will disappear.
will disappear.
We want law.
We want law,
Our Constitution
our Constitution,
to be respected
to be respected
by elected
by elected
officials officials and citizens of our country.
Officials and citizens of our country.
We do not want foreign banksters.
We do not want foreign banksters
and corporations
to
control our lives. Next week, let's all invite 3 friends to come down here and make our numbers grow. And we are excited to greet our brothers and sisters in uniform and help them get the country back from the banksters and the corporations. So say we all. So say we all. Thank you.
My name's Joe. I'm standing here. I'm with 350 Vermont. The environmental movement has the back of this movement. Because we know that even though the climate crisis, it's one of the biggest crises our planet faces. It's not just caused by extra carbon. It's caused by corruption. It's caused by greed. It's caused by these systems. These banks. And these polluters. That have polluted our democracy. When we move beyond money pollution, we can deal with real pollution. Thank you.
This is called Song for My Government. It's going to be a little too fast for you to repeat, so we're going to try to yell. Yell, girl. Yell. It's no secret that you think your hot stuff shoot 'em down, bang, bang like Nancy Sinatra. Yeah, it's no secret that you think your hot shit's so royal and spoiled like a Plantagenet. Why don't you get bent like a scoliotic spine? All the money that you've spent is an undemocratic crime. Your lives are so sporadic that you come off like an addict, like our good friend Charlie Sheen. While the makeup artists help, your gnarled face is preen, but you say that you've got nothing to hide. Fortify the barricades, don't let the people come inside. You don't need to personally pull all the pins and the grenades. Just keep those Asian children in minefields like little slaves. And keep your word sweet poetry. Good morning, Vietnam obeyeds. That's the war of crippled veterans that's turned into a joke while you distract us from war crimes with the crack you give us to smoke. Don't ask, don't tell. Sodomy will send us straight to hell, but your lackeys fill Iraqis with the shrapnel from your shells. There will come a day when East St. Louis overruns the Monsanto plant, when the poor take back the rights because this year Santa can. When the lead in the soil stops poisoning our minds, when the southern poor stop living off of canned food and pork rinds, there will come a time when, like real bread, we will rise to wash off the false deterrents of dawn and tide. Yeah, like the sun over the sea, we will rise to reinstill a pride in something other than drinking swill. When we stop giving little children pills to get them to hold still. We don't have to be Jamaican to chant down Babylon. We don't have to buy a t-shirt to tell them all what side we're on. We don't have to be native to believe in the ghost dance. We don't have to divide the weak and strong up like army ants. Check out the giant penis on a drawbridge near the KGB, made by anarchist artists whose bill is paid by Banksy. We will rise against the powers like a 200-foot erection. We will rise against the power of the state and insurrection. America, you can keep your DSM-4. America, we won't hear it anymore!
Mike check! Last week, this group was much smaller. And we made the decision then. To meet every Sunday. At this time. Until we win. So if we can go from 15 people to this in 1 week. What can we do next week?